Alrighty, folks. Thank you so much for your patience. It is time. We got my favorite Eric. He's your favorite Eric. It is Eric here with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Recruit Any Percent, and he's going to take it away right now. Let's go, Eric!
Hello, everyone. My name is Eric, and I'm here to walk you through the current route for Any Percent in Modern Warfare 2. So we're just going to get started on SSDD. Time is going to start when I skip this cutscene. So in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So Modern Warfare 2 is a very fun speed game. It's actually the most popular Call of Duty speedrun we have in the franchise. And starting off, we're going through this little training sequence here with our friends, Foley. Just a little bit of aim training to understand the basic mechanics of this game. You can press right on the mouse to ADS, left mouse to shoot. For these first two targets, we're going to have to hipfire. The language is in Spanish right now, as it is a little bit faster than English. So after we hipfire those two, we're going to have to ADS and shoot some targets. And we talk about the main movement of this game, which is called strafe jumping. We're going to be holding forward and sprint, and then as we're jumping in the air, we're going to be moving our mouse left and inputting forward and left on our keyboard. And if we keep on matching our movements as left, right, and then forward, left, forward, right, we can actually gain a little bit more speed than what's normally intended in casual gameplay. And we're basically going to be strafe jumping everywhere in the entire run. Gotta pick up some grenades here, throw some grenades at the next targets. And now that those are destroyed, we have to wait for some dialogue to finish and the translator to finish telling his buddies exactly what's going on here. So while we wait, let's look for some paint cans to shoot. Oh, got it on its side. Nice, that's insane. I've never got two paint cans standing up at once like that. Oh. Hey, 3, let's go. Perfect. All right. Now we're going to go straight to the pit and do some target practice. So again, strafe jumping. Forward left, forward right as I move my mouse left and right. We're going to start talk here with our boy Dunn, but before we do that, going to line up in this corner, aim right here, go left twice. Oh, wrong way. We're tempted to do a trick called an elevator here, but unfortunately we weren't able to do it, so we're going to just switch to our sidearm and try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunate. We're able to do this a little bit later, but for now we're going to pick up this MP5 and do the target practice normally as intended. So what I was trying to do there was called an elevator, and what that is we get our heads stuck in some geometry and we're able to ascend to the top of it. We can attempt it again in team player, but for now we're just clearing some targets here. Oh, got to knife this target. Shoot these guys. Our goal is to get 18 targets by the end of this. Okay, perfect. And that is the first level. We're going to select our difficulty to recruit and go to the top of this hill. Now it appears I do have mouse acceleration on, so I want to quickly change that. Is that possible, tech team? Yeah, okay. I'm just going to tab out and turn mouse acceleration off real quick. So right before we get loaded into that, let's just go to the settings. Mouse. Start of the level. Here's Shepard. Don't trust this man. He is a bad guy. We'll find out later on. But normally we have to wait in this section for some stuff to happen. We're going to line up in this corner, go prone, and try to go right twice, and then press forward. And hopefully we're able to perform an elevator. There we go. Right to the top of that geometry. So the way elevators work is that we're trying to get our head stuck in the area between where a roof above us exists and doesn't exist at the same time. And if we crouch in that very precise area, the game gets confused and just puts us to the top of the geometry. And we're able to ascend basically any wall we want to, within reason, I guess. They have to be sort of within very precise coordinates for it to even work in the first place. Now, you might be a little bit confused with what I'm doing here. Normally, we have to wait for teammates and get in a Humvee, but using that elevator, we're able to get out of bounds, and up ahead there, I just hit a trigger, and now I'm coming back over here to kill these enemies who spawn on the bridge. Sure, right here. Looks like I got all of them. Perfect. And now I'm going to go all the way back to my teammates. Now, the purpose of this is so once we get into our Humvee, we actually skip a waiting sequence, which normally takes about 10 to 15 seconds, and the Humvee will start going immediately. And the way we get back in balance is by following the line of this fence, as it is a one-way, but we can't get stuck in it. Perfect, we didn't. Very nice. Now there's an invisible wall in front of us here. Eventually it's going to go down, and we're able to move forward, hit the next trigger, and then get into our Humvee up ahead, which is right here. Alright, so because of what I did earlier, the Humvee's actually going to start moving immediately. Well, normally we wait for teammates to say some dialogue back there, and then move after that. But something very important that's going to happen is that there's an airstrike going to hit this building, and when that happens, this vehicle here is going to explode and kill us. And this was like a big issue with the route that we had no idea how to get past this, but it turns out if you just shoot it with your MG, you give it invulnerability frames. So when it's supposed to blow up, it doesn't, because we're shooting it with a lower caliber weapon that isn't able to blow it up for some reason. I don't know why it works, it does, and for the longest time, we had no idea how to get past this point, and we kept on soft walking there on the bridge. But now we're progressing through Team Player. Now, Team Player, this level goes from 0 to 100 immediately. So after this nice little truck ride, and once we stop with our boys over by the school, we're going to be blown up and immediately get swarmed by a bunch of enemies. One side effect of doing this early Humvee is that you can see that our teammate right here, Speedy, is pushing us right now. And these enemies up here are going to behave a little bit weird. Let's see when they decide to spawn in. But yeah, we are not supposed to be here. We're just like that. Yeah, they're just kind of teleporting around. So normally we're 15 seconds back, and we don't see the magic that happens over here with these guys. So now we're coming up to the school. There's going to be a lot of RPGs, and this section is unbearable. If you get really unlucky, you can actually die here, and there's nothing you can really do about it. And there are several spots where you can die. I am going to try my best to shoot as many enemies as possible to avoid that, but I'm unable to shoot right now, as they haven't shot at us quite yet. Alright, now I am able to shoot. So yeah, you can die in this section. It is kind of annoying. It's super rare. Again, it almost never happens, but when it does, it's ridiculous. There is one RPG that is scripted that's going to come out of this from nobody. So yeah, that just happens no matter what. That's going to put us low. Hopefully no one else gets us. RPGs up on these roofs right here. Destroy this guy. Some vehicles can also blow up and kill us as well. We're going to look for this truck that comes around the corner, shoot this guy so they can progress. Got some RPGs up here. Now we're going to turn around and just keep on going forward. So right around this bend, we are going to be hit by an RPG ourselves, and we're going to be put into a concussed state. An interesting thing about the concussion state is that if you throw a flashbang and flash yourself, you can actually override the concussion state, but I missed it. So we have to just sit in a little bit longer. Gonna come through here, shoot some enemies. Also, very easy to die here. I'm very surprised we were able to get through that. I'm stuck on that fence. This is school. These stairs are very dangerous. So right there, I heard an enemy was about to melee me. And if you listen to the audio cue of the melee, you can actually time a crouch input to do what is essentially a parry on that melee and not take any melee damage whatsoever. So yeah, those stairs, very easy down. I can't believe we got through school first try. That was quite nice. All right, now we're just coming over here. Hopefully we didn't soft lock. This guy coming around the corner is an indicator that we did not soft lock. And now our teammates are over here, regrouping with General Shepard, and we're going to be going into Cliffhanger, which is the next level. Now Cliffhanger, as we fade in to the level, we're going to have a white overlay on our screen, so we can't see what we can do, but we do immediately gain control, so I'm going to be attempting to maneuver around this cliff at the start. 1 Mississippi, 2. Perfect, we got it. Now we're gonna start climbing this. So what I did there was I went around Soap, who is our buddy for this level. So I can start climbing this cliff here a little bit sooner than normal. There is nothing we can really do here to save time. I've tried looking at FPS shenanigans and look shenanigans, but you can lose time. Fun fact, if you move your mouse during this section, it loses your time. I don't know why. The more you move your mouse, it loses time as well. I think it has to do with recentering your camera every single time you try to put a pick into the ice. But now we're just going to jump across this cliff. Oh yeah, Soap beat us up here somehow. I have no idea. But we are going to fall. But luckily our boy Soap is right up top. Now Cliffhanger, I think it's intended to be a stealthy mission, but stealth is, you know, kind of slow. So we're just going to go ahead and strafe jump through this entire level. Should we know that I am playing with 95 FOV field of view, which is not the intended field of view. So the game likes to try to set me back to default, like right here. So I'm going to press forward to go back to my 95 FOV. Now up ahead, we want some dialogue to occur. And the way we can try to ensure that dialogue happens is by shooting one of these enemies. And now we want Soap to say a specific line of dialogue as I go over this hill. That will save time later on when I meet up with Soap once again. Let's see if we get it. We did not, unfortunate. So we're going to lose about a second once we regroup with Soap at the hangar. But for now, we're just going to do some movement, get over this Jeep. Now we have a group of enemies spawning up here. They can get in their way, but hopefully we get lucky. Nice. They were actually way to our right there. They can be to your left and completely block your access to this area. But luckily we didn't have to deal with them. We're going to plant this C4. It's going to be used later. And now we're just strafe jumping through the blizzard here to regroup with Soap. Now as I regroup with Soap, we're going to be doing a brand new strat, which is a grenade boost on Soap to put him towards a door that he needs to open a little bit sooner. So we're going to jump here, look down on the floor, throw a grenade. Soap's going to run back, and I'm going to push him to this door, keep him here, and it's going to open immediately. We're going to do another grenade boost to move him out of our way, and run past him to go up here and collect the ACS, which is our main objective of this level. I'm not sure what the ACS is. I think it has information about the bad guys, but we're just going to grab that and wait here with Soap. And unfortunately been compromised, but luckily these guys can't see me right now. We're going to be performing a little bit of a time save here by doing an insta swap. And essentially what that's going to let us do is switch to our C4 a little bit faster. So we're going to press 4 as we see the 5 dialogue come up. Switch to our C4 and start sprinting. Now, Cliffhanger, I forgot to mention it earlier, but we can soft lock on several places on this level. We got pretty lucky, and we didn't get one of the earlier soft locks, but the most notorious soft lock is coming up once we slide down this hill. So let's see if it happens. We'll know we have it if Soap does not teleport. So we're tricking him on the mini-map. Soap teleported, and he came down the hill as fast as possible. So that was perfect. That was a pretty good Cliffhanger. Nothing went wrong there, thankfully. We've got to shoot 3 of these enemies up here, and we're going to spawn some snowmobiles. And we're getting into our first vehicle section of this game. Generally, I very much dislike vehicle sections in video games. I suck at driving, and I'm only good at strafe jumping, really, but hopefully I get to show off this cool line up ahead. So normally, the game intends us to take a right path and follow the nice wide open area. But what I'm going to try and do is maneuver my way through the trees to take a tighter line towards the ending. So first off, I'm going to go through these trees, and then we're going to try and go through the forest here. It's a very tight line. Let's see if we can make it happen. Nice. Now that line, wow, I actually got shot by the helicopter. The helicopter can shoot us randomly, but luckily, it's sometimes a good thing. In that situation, it was because it boosted us forward. So yeah, IL grinding for this level is... that was an incredible boost. I can't believe that. That's beautiful. Yeah, so ILs for Cliffhanger are notorious for being, you know, end game level, just RNG fest, only because that helis can boost you forward by a lot or boost you back by a lot. And it's kind of miserable to grind for, honestly. Now we're into our downhill section. Interesting enough, this snowmobile is actually very, very slow compared to what we're going to see later in the Spec Ops segment of this, as I think the max speed of this vehicle is only 1140 on flat ground. whereas the Spec Ops snowmobile is much faster. We're going to maneuver our way through this little tight section here to avoid a scripted sequence where the snowmobile automatically drives through the helicopter. But now we've finished Cliffhanger. We're on to Takedown now. We're also going to be skipping... what is this? No Russian. Oh. I can't speak Spanish, so I don't know what the right dialogues are here, but yes, there we go. We skipped no Russian, and we're on to Takedown. I unfortunately clicked the wrong dialogue options. I am used to running on English, so that is Spanish diff. So yeah, this is Takedown. Once we run into Rojas, who is a guy we're trying to capture, he's going to shoot at our vehicle. But if you press crouch, you can actually dodge all the bullets. Unfortunately, my friend here does not know how to press crouch, so he's going to meet his demise. Now, Rojas, the best way to shoot him is, you know, by chasing him around the corner and going to shoot him in the leg. But if you actually just stay still, shoot this part of the wall, you can just wallbang him like that and go to the next section immediately. Alright, so now I think we're making our way to go capture another bad guy. And there are a lot of civilians in this level who we have to watch out for. If you shoot a civilian, you will be sent back to your last checkpoint, so you don't want to do that. Oh, gotta go past these two guys. So coming up is going to be a dog. Dogs, if they pounce on you, they can put you into really long melee animations, so we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. Go past these guys. Switch to our grenade launcher. We're going to use it right here to take out some enemies around this corner, so we can get through here a little bit easier. And there was a red barrel back there that could have blown us up, but we got lucky. We're going to go up here. And we're going to be doing a trick called a bunny hop. If you press jump on a surface that's a little bit higher than the player, you can gain speed off that right here as well. Another bunny hop. Shoot that guy, come around this corner, and look at Rojas, turn around, and that actually skipped a slow motion sequence. So normally if you keep looking as he gets brought down here, it will be slow motion, but looking away skips that slow motion. Now coming up next is Wolverines. Now Wolverines has the biggest difference based on what the level was like a year ago. We have a brand new route with this level that saves about 20 seconds, I believe. And it's incredibly complicated, so hopefully I can explain my way through that. Also, I am putting on a timer on my phone. This level is very much based on a bunch of timings. I'm going to have like do something 18 seconds and 11 seconds after I get it done. Also, you can barely see it, but up above there is an AC-130, which we will be taking control of later on. But for now, we just have to get through this level. This is essentially a big escort for our boy Foley. What we're going to do here is strafe jump 4 times. And now I want to actually delay Foley. So I'm going to be checking my minimap. If he did run around or run away from the grenade, that's perfect. The reason I'm delaying Foley is because I want him to enter Nate's Diner, which is our objective to go reach right now. Slower than when I complete some certain objectives to save me some time. If Foley enters Nate's Diner too early, he can actually lose you quite a bit of time, upwards of 20 seconds. Hopefully we're good here. Also, we don't want to kill any of these enemies. We're trying to reach the AI limit to get some dialogue to happen later on. The dialogue we're looking for is something about the enemies spawning on the north side. So here's Nate's Diner. This is our objective. We're going up here to go grab a sentry and a claymore to begin our strat. So looking for north side dialogue here. I gotta watch the subtitles. We're gonna grab these claymores, sentry gun, go down here. Please give me north side dialogue. It says random whether or not we get it. Beautiful, perfect. We can continue doing this. Again, a lot of things can go wrong on this level, but hopefully we're fine. We're gonna place the sentry gun down here for later. We're gonna go clear the top of Burger Town. Gonna shoot this guy. Instead. Anybody else? No? Okay. Just switch to our claymore. Plant one here for later. Another one here. Now hopefully enemies do not destroy these claymores or else the route is dead. So I am going to be listening to my audio here for any claymore ticks. And I'm going to go set the sentry up in a way where it helps us later. And we just got the Ivan's dialogue, which is what we need. Okay. Set that there. Now we have to go grab this pred. It's going to spawn here. Perfect. The claymore is blown up when I wanted them to. open this pred, shoot these vehicles, go back inside. 2 enemies are going to come outside of this door. Shoot this guy, this guy. Now we're looking for our teammates to group up at a certain time. Perfect, we got the dialogue. Private, give me a sit rep. That's exactly what we wanted. Now we just have to shoot enemies here and make sure we have less than 5 enemies before we start planting our claymores that we're going to use later on. Please tell me I got it. Okay, it looks like I did. Now I'm waiting for go, go, go dialogue. And then after I get the go, go, go dialogue, I will shoot my pred here. And I can start planting claymores that are going to destroy some waves later on. 1, 2. Go down here. 3, 4, 5. I got 3 more claymores. 1 here. Break this window, and then 2 more for the gas station. This claymore just backed up. And again, those claymores are all set up to just destroy enemies when they spawn in on a later wave. Now we're going to be doing a lot of manipulation here based on where we want the enemies to spawn. So there's going to be 3 places where enemies can spawn, 3 waves. And based on where I'm standing, that manipulates where they can spawn. So where I'm standing right now stops them from spawning on the right side. So they spawn on the top left. That tells me I have to block the top left last to get what I want. Okay, now we know it's going to be top left. Here, I'm going to run forward, pull my pred. And now I have to listen for the last claymore to go off. And 11 seconds after that, there's the last claymore. So 11 seconds after that, which is 4:15 on my timer I have, I'm going to shoot my Predator missile. Alright, now there should be a helicopter spawning here eventually, and 18 seconds after I destroy this helicopter, we're going to have to shoot another pred. 423, 423, 433, 443, 441 is when I'm going to have to shoot my second pred to destroy the last heli. Pull my next heli, boost it. Oh god. Oh, I can't believe I hit it. I think I got it. That was beautiful. I was a little bit worried about my lineup, but I do think I got it last second. And normally we're supposed to use our Stinger to destroy these helis, but the Stinger travels very slowly. And by doing our Predator setup like that, we're able to just complete the level about 20 seconds faster than we normally can. I'm going to press 6, which is my Predator missile, but because it's offline, I'm going to get some dialogue that says, hey, Predator missile is offline. And by doing that, I actually skip a significant amount of dialogue that would normally happen at the end of this level, and I'm able to just get in our teammate's vehicle and go on to the next level, which is Hornet's Nest. That was a really good Wolverines. That level can go very, very wrong at any percent. I'm going to go ahead and put my phone away. I no longer need a timer. Yeah, this is like the big worry for all your any percent runs. This is where the majority of your resets will be. Luckily, we're going to be fine for the next couple levels. Coming up is Hornet's Nest. Very, very, very movement heavy. We're going to start off by shooting our teammates here at the start to stop them from blocking our path. Oh, they still did anyway, unfortunate. Now we can do some fun movement here. Let's go for the bunny hop on this. Nice. And up ahead, there's this gate, and a truck's going to come through it, so we're going to stick to the left side so it doesn't run us over. And we're going to go for some more bunny hops down here. Go past these enemies. Now, generally, we just want to run straight to the end. We're not looking to start any combat with anybody, except for that guy. He can block us. And again, during all of these combat sequences or running around, I am listening to the enemy dialogue, their grunts and stuff, and that tells me whether or not they're trying to do a melee on me. Which melees in this game are very scary. And every time I hear melee, like those two right there, I am going to be inputting a crouch. Because when you crouch right before a melee happens, you can dodge the melee. It's a very hard mechanic to master, but it serves you like a great deal of what would normally be resets when you're doing speedruns. So I got these 4 guys up here I have to take care of. This guy here, this guy here. And now we're waiting for some dialogue before we jump off this building that we want Soap to say. That's the dialogue. So now we know we can jump down here. Normally, if you jump to the right, you get a cutscene sequence where you try to grab onto the ledge and lift yourself up. But because we jumped to the left there, we actually skipped that cutscene and we're able to go straight to this next sequence. Now, we have no weapons here, and enemies are chasing after us. So we just need to move as fast as we can through the rest of this level. But luckily, we can move fast, which is fun. And I'm going to also be using a technique called zigzagging. So whenever I'm like traveling in a straight line and I'm not jumping, I am alternating left and right on my movement keys, and that will move us a little bit faster than we normally can do if we just hold forward. Coming up, we'll try to go for a little bunny hop here to save some time. Go across that ledge, very nice. Now we're going to go down here. And as long as we input jump as we reach this heli, we can touch this ladder and finish the level. Again, Hornet's Nest, that went pretty well. Didn't really take any significant time loss outside of that one guy on the staircase. We will be back on that level a little bit later come Spec Ops. But now we're on to Exodus. This is another very movement-heavy level with a big skip that hopefully we're able to perform. So this level is entirely escorting Foley to the end. Now Foley, very, very slow, and it will take him quite a long time to reach the end of the level. So we're going to be manipulating Foley in a way to make him think he's at the end of the level when in reality he's not. And the way we're going to do that is by skipping a trigger early on over in the suburban area. Before we do that though, there is this sentry gun that's trying to shoot us. We're going to fire back, destroy that so we don't die. That also makes it so Foley doesn't get distracted by that sentry either. Try to do some movement on these little barriers here. Go for another bunny hop. Beautiful. It's very easy to die on this level, I should mention, coming up ahead where all these houses are. Alright, so this is the area where we're going to be skipping a big trigger that we're going to be hitting later on to perform the manipulation of Foley. And the way we do that is by climbing to the top of one of these houses, just right here. So we're going to mantle this, jump on an invisible barrier, jump here, jump across this ledge. Ooh, I got a game save there, so that's beautiful. I jumped a little bit too far. I'm going to try that one more time. I'm trying to land on top of an invisible barrier there. I landed too far back that time. First time was too much. Second time was too little. Now let's get it just right for a third attempt. We jumped over once again. And again, we're just trying to skip a trigger here by landing on top of an invisible barrier on this big jump. And we're going to sit on a hedge. Also, I'm going to take fall damage here, so I do have to hide since I have no health. These enemies are just bullying me. Please stop! Please! Alright. Should be healed now. Let's try this jump again. Nice, we got it. Now we can jump down here without dying. And we just successfully skipped that trigger I was talking about earlier. Now we will be back to hit that a little bit later on. For now, we have to destroy this golf course, unfortunately. But we aren't going to die unless we take cover under this golf cart. This explosion will go off, but because we're under the golf cart, we don't take any damage for some reason. I'm not sure why that's the case. I think as long as you have a roof above your head, you're considered to be safe. And now we're going to the very end of the level, which is this house here. And it's where we're meant to group up with Foley later on. But because Foley is all the way back at the start of the level, what I'm going to do here is enter this building, look at the briefcase, and now that trigger is considered to be hit. And what we're doing now is waiting for Foley to catch up with us and tell us that we're able to interact with the briefcase. And once we do, the level will end. But if we go all the way back here and hit that trigger that we skipped earlier, the game gets a little confused and thinks Foley is at the end of the level. And what's going to happen is that he's going to find a place to take cover and rest, which is considered him entering an animation. And when he does, it'll make the briefcase interactable and the level is able to be finished. So we're going to do another out-of-bounds sequence here. Hop on top of this, window, bump on that. Go on top of this invisible barrier here, jump over that. Another invisible barrier, jump across those, very nice. It's a very easy movement sequence to die on, and we got a nice bunny hop at the end there. I'm not sure where my Foley dialogue is. I'm a little bit concerned on what's going on here. There we go. That is the briefcase dialogue we're looking for. As long as it happens before you get to the briefcase itself, you don't lose any time. And I get to show off an Easter egg that you might have not known about the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. So around the entire game, there are these TVs. And if you interact with these TVs, you can actually turn them off and on, which I did not know until about a couple months ago when I was just messing around with our practice tool that lets you see all the triggers. But yeah, you can turn TVs off and on in this game. And now on this level, well, I'll show you another Easter egg that we found out with our new practice tools. But we got to talk about something for stamina. So stamina duration in Modern Warfare 2 depends on what kind of weapon you're holding. So some weapons can travel further than others, while some weapons can also travel faster than others. On this level, we have an M4A1, and the M4A1 has a 171 base speed, which is actually pretty slow, but it does have a really long stamina duration of 7 seconds. So that makes it so we can sprint for a long time. An interesting quirk in this game is that the grenade launcher attachment was given its own stats as if it was a weapon on its own. So even if you have the grenade launcher attached to a weapon that has completely different stats, you get the grenade launcher stats once it's equipped. So this M4A1 we have, it has a grenade launcher attachment. In the grenade launcher, it has a base speed of 190, but a stamina duration of only 4 seconds. So while it is 23% faster than the weapon it's attached to, you cannot sprint for as long as you can if you have the base weapon. So what we're going to do here is trick the game into giving us a stamina duration of the base weapon onto our grenade launcher. And we're going to be doing that here to climb a lot of flights of stairs. And also, one of the newest time saves discovered in this campaign is actually right here. As soon as we gain control, one of our runners in the community discovered that if you actually swim diagonally, you swim slightly faster than if you were to just hold forward. No idea why this is the case when that's not how it works with any other form of movement, but let's go. Now we can swim a little bit faster. Gonna melee this guy. Alright, so up ahead I'm going to shoot this guy on the deck, and then I'm going to start sprinting with my main weapon, and then during that sprint I'm going to switch to my grenade launcher. And that's going to change my base speed from the main weapon, which is this one. So sprint, switch. Now I have the speed end of the grenade launcher, and I have the duration of the M4A1, which is the most efficient way to get on top there. So now we're going into a new mechanic, which is breaching. So the way breaches work in this game is that once you reload, you skip the slow motion animation of the breach. So our goal, as soon as we start any breach, is to immediately shoot and reload our weapon, so there's no longer a slow motion sequence we're going through. So I'm going to breach this wall, shoot and hold reload, cancel the reload, and then shoot these enemies. We pick up this pistol, and the next Easter egg is actually you can interact with these vending machines, and pop will come out, which is also something that I never knew about until recently. All right, so we're going to manipulate our teammate here, Peasant. We're going to push him into this corner. Push him just slightly out. Plant the C4, shoot in front of Peasant, jump on top of his head, and unfortunately I messed that up. Gonna try it again. Jump on his head. Unfortunate. This is one of the difficult tricks in the run. Oh, this might be a bad save. Uh-oh, this is not good. It's gonna be a really difficult head bounce to perform. This is not good. Kinda gotta do a free form on this now. So the point of head bouncing on our teammate here is so we're able to go into the next detection while maintaining stealth, since we're in here earlier. Oh, this is such a pain. Okay, I'm gonna have to try a really far strafe jump. Oh, that should have worked. This is not good. Come on, please. Give it a couple more attempts before we decide to go through it normally. I'm gonna actually put him right here. Okay, I have an idea. Gonna push him here and do old strats. Trust me, this will work. Head bounces are really, really random. You have to land on a super specific part of the head for it to even work. I am struggling here since I no longer have my setup. Please. There we go. Finally, we're across. So we have one claymore on this level. I'm going to plant it right there. And what that's going to do is kill those enemies that just spawned in. And make it so we don't get detected by these enemies, hopefully. So we're currently undetected, even though they can directly see us. And hopefully we don't break detection here randomly. Seems like we're good. Perfect, that's exactly what we want. Yeah, so for some reason, doing that skip makes it so these enemies just don't detect the player. Not sure why. We're gonna breach this. Because we didn't kill anybody on this level, this area doesn't have anyone for us to shoot. We're gonna wait here, touch this trigger. Soap is gonna start walking towards us, shoot this helicopter, and go extract on the helicopter up here. One mechanic in this game that exists on a few levels, this one included, is that when you are not looking at teammates, like Soap, they actually gain speed hacks. And I had my mini-map open there so I could see him zooming across the map at max speed. This only exists on a few levels, it's not every single one. Like Wolverine's has it, Contingency, and this one. But yeah, generally you don't want to look at your teammates so they can cheat their way to catch up to you, which is really nice. Yeah, that was easy day. That level is such a pain with that head bounce, especially when you get a save that breaks the, what is it, the setup that we use normally. But we made it through, that's okay. Now we're on to Gulag, which is one of the most difficult levels in the entire run, in my opinion. But we are going to be flying in. We do have a second or two for anything for you to read, Bonnie.
Yeah, we do have a $25 donation from Josh Anthony. Says, great to have you all check out Ice Hunt Commando at PGMCon. Best of luck with the run. As a reminder, folks, we still have that Midwest open for the which version of Saturn Bombman you would like to see run tomorrow morning. That will be closing right after this run and the bonus run here tonight. And we first thing tomorrow morning, so get those messages in for which version you would like.
All right. So there's actually strategy at the very start of this level on these towers. Hopefully we can get some good RNG and the RPG shoots these guys for us. Let's see. Unfortunate. Go for this guy, so we have to shoot those three enemies. Perfect. Up ahead. There's going to be two enemies that spawn in this doorway, but we have to shoot through this tarp, so I'm going to line up my crosshair very specifically right here. Did we get it? We got it. Beautiful. So we don't have to worry about those two enemies. We were able to wallbang them and get through that as fast as possible. Now I'm actually going to empty the magazine of my weapon. Now there's a couple quirks with empty weapons. So you can actually melee slightly faster if you're completely out of ammo. And you can also breach faster if you breach with a weapon that has no ammo in its magazine. Alright, so a lot of stuff is about to happen here on Gulag. We are trying to manipulate our teammates to do certain things a little bit faster for us, and the way we can accomplish that is by shooting our buddy in the head here. And we're going to be using him later. So we shot our teammate there. So he spawns in a little bit later for us. This section is very dangerous. So hopefully we can get through here. I'm not getting the spawns I want, so I am very concerned that I have a bunch of enemies down here, which I do. We do have to manually kill these guys. So, whoa, that's a grenade! Okay. Nice. All right, it cleared it for us. We got the ghost dialogue we want. Let's shoot these guys. Go down here. Now I'm going to be looking at my mini-map for teammates to spawn in on the circle behind me. Let's see if they do. We got one standing here, and we got ghosts. Perfect. We got all the teammates we want to. Now we have to start clearing out these enemies in front of us. Looks like that's most of them. Nice. Now more enemies are going to spawn as we move up here. We're going to shoot those guys. And shoot that guy. So now we're going to try and manipulate our teammate through this doorway here. So I'm going to switch to 60 FPS and use plus strafe, which is an option to make your mouse your movement input, so it treats it like an analog if I move my mouse. And if we get lucky enough, we are able to push a teammate through this door. Unfortunately, oh, we got it. Wow, okay, we're going to throw a grenade. That's going to push him through there. We're going to throw another grenade. That's going to push him a little bit further to hit the triggers he needs to. Don't die to our grenade. Hit this trigger. And now we're going to get rid of him, as we don't want him to be blocking our path. Sorry, Jester. Alright, so we're not going to be doing a big skip here. Going to be lining up on these stairs, using plus strafe to get on top of these stairs. This is Gulag stair skip. So now we're able to go backwards through the map. And up ahead, there's going to be this false wall that we're going to go through. So here, strafe jump here. Gotta kill these 3 enemies. We should get a game save soon. And some dialogue, perfect. So now enemy accuracy is actually set to 0. So while these guys still can't shoot us, it's very unlikely they do. I'm gonna do a risky strat here. Oh my goodness, that was not supposed to happen. So normally you get stuck and you're very sticky on that ledge. I have no idea why I was just sent off of there. That was crazy. I think my FPS may not be at 250, so instead I'm going to do an alternate strat. That was hilarious that I fell off like that. Okay, these guys are really annoying. So we can actually go to bounds here. I love how I just sprinted off there. That was great. So we hit a trigger earlier, which spawns the rope that we need to grab onto. And to come through here, we're going to teleport back to the rope now. So after we get off this rope, we're going to be concussed again, but I'm going to try and time a flashbang to line up with that concussion, which I unfortunately failed, but we did throw another concussion. And we're able to go through here again. So up ahead is probably the most difficult sequence in the entire run. This is Gulag Showers. It's a very dense area with a lot of enemies in it. And also, I just used my last grenade launcher. I did not mean to do that. I was not paying attention to my grenade launcher ammo. So what that means is that I'm going to have to breach this with my grenade launcher equipped, and it's going to give me an additional bullet that I can use. Now we're going to shoot this guy. And we're no longer slow motion. Lots of enemies here. We got meleeed. We're going to shoot our grenade launcher there. And we're going to wait to heal up before we go down this hole, which we should be fine now. All right. So luckily we didn't die there, but I did very sillily shoot my last grenade launcher that I needed, but luckily we do have that backup. Whenever you breach walls and recruit, you actually get a full magazine of whatever weapon you're holding, and that includes a grenade launcher. My grenade launcher just despawned midair. What I intended to do there was smash those windows so we can run through them later, but for some reason in this game, projectiles can just despawn midair, and there's nothing you can really do about that. So that was kind of unlucky. But yeah, this is Price. He was the main character from Modern Warfare 1, I guess. I was going to put a number at the end of that, and I forgot what number. But yeah, 1. That's what Modern Warfare. So now he's a part of our team, and we're going to be following his orders for the rest of the game, essentially, as he is the captain. So here's the helicopter we have to extract in. We're just going to keep straight jump towards that. Oh no, the cliff is, the tunnel is collapsing. So now we have to go all the way back here and go hang out in the cafeteria. Now in this cafeteria, we're going to eventually have to interact with this rope that comes down from the sky here. So, but interestingly enough, if we hold interact, we actually teleport to that rope later on. So we are going to be concussed here. I'm just going out of bounds for fun. This is what out of the map looks like. Nothing really interesting, but yeah, because I'm holding interact a little bit earlier than intended, the game is going to teleport me straight to the rope with no user input whatsoever, as long as I just keep on holding that button. So shot his flare, the helicopter knows we're here, the rope is there, and we should teleport straight to it. There we go. That is Gulag. We got stair skip first try, which was great. Unfortunately, I ran off the ledge there. I'm still laughing about that. That was pretty good. All right, so next up is OTOA. It is the last level of Act 2. I think we're about the halfway point through the campaign. So let's see how this is going to go. Alright, we're going to switch to our pistol and just do some strafe jumps through here. When we're strafe jumping, it should be known that I'm almost always going to be crouching during strafe jumps. This particular section helps so you don't bonk your head on stuff, but in normal gameplay, when you're crouched, enemies actually have less accuracy on the player. So that's why you see me crouching every single strafe jump I do. We're just going to be going through here. We have to go to this big building up ahead and go to the top and get into a helicopter. But it's very, very dangerous. Now let's see if we can do some movement on the way there. Pointing off across this. Beautiful. Go this way. Go around this guy. So yeah, this entire section is incredibly dangerous. See how it goes. There's a new line we take here by jumping across this desk to not get bullied by all these enemies. Looks like it went fine. Could use my grenade launcher on these guys up ahead. Reload that grenade launcher now. I do kind of want to pick up a secondary. That guy didn't drop me anything, so we're just going to omit and keep our pistol. Though I do want to reload it on this right here. I guess we'll do a bunny hop and reload it here instead. Shoot these two guys, climb these stairs. And come right here. Oh, there's going to be a couple enemies around this corner. Make sure you shoot these guys. If we get a good enough jump, we can actually go straight through this wall, just like that. Beautiful. Now this is the crow's nest. Our current objective, we have to clear this. Make sure no one's in final stand. Looks like we're good. Now let's finish clearing out these guys behind us so they don't ruin our claymore setups. Bring out claymores here, here. These are to get rid of enemy spawns later on. I actually really don't like that claymore I just put down. Let me fix that. There. Pick up this javelin, get on top of this Barrett, and just start beaming enemies out here. That guy, 1, 2, oh god, 3, 4, 5, that should be enough. Alright, yeah, our claymores went off. Now we can chill in the javelin and wait till we see negative, negative in the subtitles. Negative, negative. Now we can shoot. Shoot this heli. A little bit of a tech with the javelin is that you want to be holding reload as you shoot to instantly reload it. Alright, that should be enough. Our objective should complete. Beautiful. Teammates are going to spawn here, and we can go through this door once they bash it down. Actually, to 60 FPS here, as you can get stuck on the geometry. And 60 FPS actually makes it so you're not as sticky to objects or geometry compared to something like 250. So once we pass this doorway right here, the level is now an auto-scroller for the next, I think it's like 4 minutes or so. So we're going to be getting on top of this heli once it comes down. And there is one more interesting thing to show this level. So once we get into here, one of our teammates is going to follow us, Haggerty. And we're just going to keep our eye on Haggerty for now. And he's gone. I don't know where he went, but the game just decided to get rid of him. I don't know why, but yeah. Now we're just going to be flying around this helicopter for a while. So the next level is Contingency. And this is one of those snowy levels. I'm not a fan of the snow levels in this game. They're generally my least favorite ones. Cliffhanger, because there's vehicles and you have to drive in that, and Contingency, just because it's incredibly random. Really the only part of Contingency that matters for player input is the first 20 seconds. After that, you just have to get lucky and have Price essentially do the rest of the level for you. And there's only so much you can do to influence Price. And that's essentially just getting him across the bridge as fast as possible. But yeah, Contingency, even though we don't really have much influence over it, it's incredibly dangerous, very easy to die. There are helicopters and BTRs shooting at us. But we do want to just rush straight to the end of the level, essentially. And from there, we're just waiting for Price to catch up to finish it out. Yeah, our helicopter was just shot down. We're slowly losing control. that, yeah, there's really no influence you can do here whatsoever. Interestingly enough, I think this is a 3-part level. It is, what is it? I forget what the level's name is called, but Second Son and Whiskey Hotel are the next two, and all these levels take place after each other, but we will be back. But now we're shot down. We got to go through a little bit of a waiting time. We do have time if we have anything to read, Bonnie.
Just a quick reminder that we once again have that bid war still open for your preferred version of Saturn Bomberman first thing tomorrow morning. Would you like the Japanese version or the USA version? Which version would you rather see the runner run? And how much of a pain in the butt would you like to be? Well, let's keep that competitive. Japanese is still in the lead, so let's get those formations rolling in fast.
Alright, so we now gain control. We still can't do anything. Now, for some reason, I guess I never mentioned it, but on the right side of my screen, we have a velocity meter that tracks how fast the player is moving. And it doesn't track our velocity here, and I have no idea why. And I assume it's because we just really don't exist in this area. I'm not sure what's going on here. But again, magazine, it does nothing. But now an EMP just went off, but we'll get back to that later in a couple levels from now. Now it's time for contingency. Again, not a fan of this level, but let's see what we can do here. Just very, very difficult all around. Hey, there's Price. We saved him from the gulag. Now he's here to help us. Okay, so up ahead we got some enemies. As we take them out, we actually do want to be detected. When we're detected, Price moves faster through the level. Now we're going to shoot that guy, reloader M14. And now we want to go across this bridge and hit a trigger. That I believe makes Price move a little bit faster. We're going to shoot these guys. Hit this UMP. Shoot these guys. Now, sometimes that vehicle can be lit on fire, which is really bad, but we got lucky and it didn't. Now we're waiting for Price to get to the end of the bridge, which he did, so we're good. Now we're going to switch to our silenced pistol, as the next group of enemies we have to kill needs to be done stealthily, as they are in the forest. So this is, again, a stealth section. We do want to go through here fast, but first we want to kill the enemies to our right, because killing these guys actually makes it so Price does not stop and lose us 2 seconds later on. This guy, this guy. Alright, we should be good. I don't think we were detected. Yes, Price said good. That means we're okay. If you go a little bit slower, you can be detected. So now we're going to be taking a pretty precise line here around these trees to not get detected by a dog. Going to jump up here, go across this, and that was beautiful. We just completely did the stealth section as we should have. So we're going to be running past a lot of enemies here. This next section is really dangerous. I will be listening for audio cues of melees as we come around here. Okay, so there's going to be quite a few enemies spawning to our left and the middle. So here, we just want to skip past all these guys. Killing them only makes more enemies spawn in later on. So yeah, you can see everyone who I'm talking about. But we got pretty lucky there. Wow, they did not shoot us at all. We're going to pick up this RPG, heartbeat sensor LMG. And now we're just going to run straight to the end of the compound. We don't really want to worry about these BTR, the helicopter, right now. Our only goal is to make it so we spawn as little enemies as possible. I will be destroying this truck, though. Oh! I did not know that you could die like that. Okay, let me destroy the truck from this distance. All right, there we go. And now we're going to keep going. That was a lucky checkpoint. Wow. Okay, very nice that I didn't die. So this helicopter, it is a problem. But if we stand here, it actually gets destroyed. Don't know why. It just automatically dies. So now we're going to try and clear all these enemies here with our Predator missile that we have. Shoot that. Our next objective is to touch the top of this tower here. All right. Now we're just waiting for Price at this point. There are going to be some vehicles that spawn that we're going to have to take care of. And we just want to make sure there's no enemies alive at all on this level, just to make Price's job a whole lot easier for him, because he does get easily distracted. All right, that should be most of them. I am constantly checking my mini-map for red dots, and it seems like we're fine. It's also why I have a heartbeat sensor on my weapon, so I can see any enemies around me. I'm going to destroy these 2 trucks. Look at my mini-map again. No enemies, no enemies. Okay, switch to my pred. I'm gonna get these 2 trucks that are coming from here right now. Hopefully those don't block the path. Or they didn't. Yeah, I can see Price going to the left. There is a chance Price gets stuck here, but the rest of the level is just waiting for him to get to the very end. This is one of those levels where there are no speed hacks for Price, so yeah, I was looking at him. Earlier I mentioned that if you look away from your teammates, they can speed hack and move quickly. This is not one of those. Outside of the beginning, actually, on the bridge where he does speed hack. So we're just waiting for Price to enter the sub, and from the sub, I'm pretty sure he's going to go launch a nuke to somewhere. I got no idea what the story is in this game. I just like to go fast. And we're just waiting for some dialogue here. After the dialogue occurs, hopefully our Predator missile gets taken away from us. That's going to tell us that he did kill everyone. So let's see, does the Predator missile get taken away? It does, perfect. And that is contingency. Now we're just running away from our teammates. And the reason for that is they're trying to communicate to us without their radio. And as long as we're far enough away, their dialogue will all be skipped. And the end of the level will happen a little bit sooner. So now we're just hanging out. And all those enemies earlier that I ran past, they all run here for some reason to die. I don't know why. Our teammates don't kill them. They all just kind of come here and just quit. But alright, that was contingency. Not too bad. That level could go a lot worse. We only had one death, so I'm kind of happy with that. It's the second Sun. One of the levels in this game, I have to say. It is the direct continuation of the previous level, OTOA. That's what it is. I remember the name. Of their own accord. We're going to figure out what exactly was going on with that white screen detonation last time, which was an EMP. This is a little bit before that happened. We do have a magazine in our gun, but I gotta say, we can't really do much. There is no influence on this section. We were given another magazine, so I guess we can try to take out enemies. And that's about as much as we can do. Now we're just waiting for our EMP to come down and blow us up. Now, one thing that's going to happen is when this EMP hits, it's going to take away all of our electronics, so that includes our holographic sight and radios with our teammates. But yeah, there it is. And now we're seeing it from the perspective of someone up in space. I believe we're some astronaut. And all we have to do here is just look at the right side of the planet, so we can see the nuke that I think Price tried to stop. I think that's the story, is like this the EMP or something Price detonated. Don't quote me on that. I'm actually not sure what this is. Yeah, we're just waiting for that to explode. And then we will go take control of our man, John Ramirez, again. Just waiting for this nuke. This level is really just waiting for your teammates the entire time. There is one sequence once we get indoors, which is kind of dangerous, and enemies can melee us, and it sends us on a checkpoint way before where we die. So we got to be careful there. I can hold a flashbang to delay checkpoints, so I think I will opt to do that, just in case we do die. Yeah, unfortunately, Spaceman is now gone. But back to our teammates on the ground. Our boy Sandler here will come free us from the helicopter while we go regroup with Foley and Dunn in an armory. Hey, Sandler. Alright, there are explosions going off everywhere, so we don't want to hesitate and we want to go straight for the armory. So I will be strafe jumping. These explosions also kind of stop our movement and make us jump a little bit higher. But that's the end of that. We're just going to hang out here. So again, when I ADS, I actually don't have a holographic sight or any other electronics with me. I do normally play with a crosshair overlay, so this doesn't really bother me, but no crosshair overlay today. Alright, we're going to pick up this M9. One important thing to know is that this level carries over weapons into the next level. So you want to make sure you get equipped with everything you want, make sure your weapons are reloaded and full of ammo, because you're going to need it for Whiskey Hotel, which is coming up right after this. The Whiskey Hotel has one of the biggest skips in the run. So we're just going to go through here with Foley, and we're going to go straight to the doors we need to go enter. There's nothing that we can really do here, but we can have some fun. Just around here on the ground, there are these bottles. Now, I've been playing this game for about 500 hours, and I have never successfully flipped a bottle. So we'll see if my luck changes here today. I don't know the technique behind it. We got some Call of Duty forerunners who are absolutely cracked at this. I don't know how they do it or where to shoot, but yeah, no. 500 hours, Euro bottle flips, it seems to be going to stay that way. I don't know how they do it. I gotta go get some advice from some Call of Duty forerunners. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, no, that was so close. Okay, let's see this bottle. He's a teammate. He's gonna go talk with our other teammates. Here's our last bottle. Oh. That's mean. Okay. All the bottles are flipped on their side, unfortunately, but we can spin them still. That's the one thing I am good at doing, is spinning the bottle. All right, let's go in here, reload our weapons. There is another M4 on the ground, but I prefer the one with the holographic sight, so I'm going to be keeping this. That one also has a grenade launcher, so it doesn't really matter which one you choose. So this is the very dangerous section. There's some enemies in here. I'm going to kill... Oh, where is he? I don't know where he is, but hopefully he's dead. There's one guy there, and one guy all the way back here. I am going to be using tight one. Oh, okay, done. All right, well, we're no longer trying to shoot the enemy at the back. We are just going to shoot him with our pistol when we run past him. Our boy Miller here is going to open the door. Gonna go run past him. There's a guy around the corner here. He didn't bother us. That's good. Use our grenade launcher right there. Run past all these guys. No, I got meleeed. Oh, we got sent back to Narnia. That is so unfortunate. So during that section, I did try to crouch to dodge that melee, but I mistimed it. The timing is super tight. I don't know the frame data, but it definitely is less than half a second window to crouch to dodge a melee. Unfortunately, we did mess it up. We're going to be waiting for our teammates to group up plus again. Hopefully we get it this time. Oh, sorry, done. There are a lot of enemies in this area, but generally you don't want to kill them all, as more enemies spawn later on that could mess you up. Let's go through here again. Shoot that guy. Grenade launcher there. Shoot these guys. Hey, there was like no one there this time. Very nice. We're just gonna jump down here and go shoot enemies in the street. Now the brightness can be an issue here, as we need to see in the dark. So hopefully the lightning strikes come in clutch and help us get these enemies. So behind this bus, this guy, this guy. Okay, that looks like it's all of them. No last stand. Now I have to run inside quickly before our teammates get here, as we're trying to do a teleport on them. So as long as we get downstairs fast enough, they should teleport down here. Hopefully I got it. So they're gonna eventually come inside. They're gonna say feet dry, and they should teleport downstairs. This is the doorway that lets us access Whiskey Hotel, which is the next level. And I'm going to be switching to my pistol and holding that. Feet dry, they did teleport, perfect. So since I'm holding my pistol, I will be holding it when I enter the next level. And immediately at the start of the level, we're going to be shooting in front of Foley to stop him from moving, and then throwing a grenade. And what this grenade is going to do is send him backwards to go cower and hide in the corner. And then we're going to strafe jump a couple times and then throw another grenade at Foley to make him go back even further. And this is all to delay him as much as possible, so we can set up a glitch later on that lets us skip a large portion of this level. So shoot in front of Foley, grenade at the floor. That's going to send him backwards, do a couple strafe jumps. Look at him on the minimap. He's coming. Throw another grenade, please. Okay, he did go back again. So hopefully we can go fast enough to set up what is known as full skip Whiskey Hotel. Let's see if we get it. I'm just going to strafe jump through here as fast as possible. I'm going to pull up my grenade launcher and try to enter the Oval Office, as we are going to the White House right now. Shoot that, get all these enemies, come through here. Oh, I just parried that melee perfectly. That would have got us. He got delayed, which is really sad. I think no matter what, since he was What is this delay on Foley? He's still not here. Incredible. I think he's going to be teleporting on us no matter what. That's just so unlucky. Let's see if we get dialogue that says he teleported. Wow, did we actually get full skip? I think we might have. No! He teleported at the very end. That's so sad. All right, so now we gotta wait for him for a while. Because he got delayed by so much by RNG flashbangs and RNG enemies just blocking him, we got half skip, which is very, very sad. So now we just gotta kind of wait for him. Once he enters the White House again, he will teleport eventually. At least I hope so. And there's nothing you can do about that. That's completely out of your control. What a tragedy. Absolute tragedy in the Whiskey Hotel. It's okay though. Eventually when he does catch up to us, we're gonna go to the top floor. And then we're gonna be performing an out-of-bounds sequence. I will become this AK to shoot enemies around this corner once I get there. Please, Foley, go faster. But yeah, the rest of this level is just going to be dialogue. But luckily, the dialogue on this level is based on your position near the enemy. It's not communicated through radio, so we can run far enough away to skip most of it. And we will be doing an out-of-bounds sequence to accomplish that. So now this door is open. Go through here, shoot this guy, run past these ones, switch to our grenade launcher. Shoot up here to get rid of no one, I guess. I thought they would have died, but we got unlucky. We're gonna shoot open this window. Now, for some reason, we're actually able to jump through this window, and we're now out of bounds. And if we run far enough away, we're able to skip a bunch of dialogue. The game is telling us to pop our flare right now, but we actually, don't have to do that. All right, so strafe jumping. All right, there's the dialogue. So now we skipped, I think it's about 6 seconds of time save this is, but running over here. Now we're immediately going to Loose Ends, which is a fun level. It is 10 minutes long, and most of it's nothing, but the movement at the start is quite fun. Let's see if we can perform this little bunny hop here. Jump here, jump off the hill, come down here. Beautiful. Normally you take fall damage there, but because we landed on a soft spot, we were able to avoid that. Is that flashbang gonna hit me? It died perfectly. All right. So now we have to go assault this building up ahead. We're gonna run past all these enemies. Up this hill, there is an enemy up here who can melee us, but luckily he didn't. Now there's a very precise clear we're going to be doing on these enemies in this house. We're gonna switch to our assault rifle. And there's 2 enemies at the start we're going to shoot. So reload count, we'll just skip the slow-mo animation. Shoot these 2 guys, grenade launcher this group of enemies, reload the grenade launcher, shoot these groups of enemies, breach this door. Grenade launcher these enemies, reload. Go down the stairs, throw a grenade launcher on this whiteboard. Down here, grenade launcher this wall, breach this door, grenade launcher this guy. And we're gonna switch to our pistol and jump through here, shoot that guy on the ground, and breach this door while we're still in slow motion to skip the entire slow motion sequence of this one. Shoot this enemy, and that should be the entirety of the building clear. That was flawless. That was a perfect clear. That's exactly what you try to go for in IL attempts. Very happy with that. That clear can go very wrong. You can have a bunch of enemies spawn where you don't want them to, but we got incredibly lucky there, and everything was perfect. So now we're going to be planting claymores, as we are entering a wave defense section. And I'm waiting for some dialogue that Shepard says about collecting data. I think that's it, so I am going to run back upstairs and collect the DSM here, or start downloading files. Okay, here it is. So after this dialogue, we're going to start stealing these files here. This is the whole purpose, coming to this house, steal files. I think we're trying to out Shepard as a bad man or something. So let's go back down here, finish planting our claymores. Where were we? That one. We'll go here. Here, these grenades are, claymores are not very specific. As long as you just stop enemies from assaulting the house, that is good. Actually, I'm going to put that right here so I don't run into it later, because I know that's going to happen. So this is a long wave defense sequence. To make it a little bit easier on myself, I'm going to go mantle on this pole and then come up here. And back when I used to run English on this category, I could actually tell where things were coming from. But now that it's Spanish, I have to read the subtitles to understand where the enemies are coming from. But I know that vibration means they're coming from the left side. Out here, so I will be doing this. Remember this, we will be back on this level with a thermal WA2K shooting enemies. So hopefully we can get some practice here for Spec Ops, as we will be revisiting that in our Spec Ops run later on. Okay, southwest. Solar panel, so that's over here. Enemies are coming out of. I don't think they're there yet. Keep looking. And again, this is going to be about 8 or 9 minutes at this point of just wave defense. At this point in the story, oh wait, no, Shepard's a good guy, I forgot. Shepard's still a good guy. Spoilers, he's going to eventually be a bad guy. We'll find out later on. I'm sure everyone knows what's going to happen in the next cutscene that occurs. Alright, shooting all these guys. There are going to eventually be helicopters like this right here. Just use a grenade launcher. Get rid of that. This one you can just shoot down. Perfect. Don't have to deal with those guys. Tree line. Not sure what tree line. Whoa. Where is that heli going? Okay. I'm not sure what's going on there. They are destroying my claymore, so I might have to go back down and deal with the enemies a little bit better, as they are assaulting the house. Okay, there's choppers coming in 15 seconds. Gonna go ahead and grenade launch with these choppers. Let's see. I'll do this one first. How did that hit? Okay. Choppers are actually RNG, by the way. They take 1 or 2 shots. So hopefully, if we get lucky, they all just take 1 shot. Nice. This one takes 2. I shot it earlier. Okay, we missed it. So there is quite a few enemies. I am going to go back down here now and just take care of them manually. I am worried that they are going to be destroying our DSM. Lots of enemies out here. These are the guys from the chopper I missed. And again, there is no gaining or losing time in this section. It is all scripted. Whether or not, like my download speed on the right, I know my velocity meter does block it a bit, but the download speed is random, but it always finishes at the same time. So you always get consistent times on this level. Whether or not you kill every enemy instantly or a little bit later. But I guess it is a bit of aim training for Spec Ops later on. We're at 1,500. What it says is no indicator to how close you are actually finished the download. So we do have to get 2,067 files. But again, the files can just get low, bandwidth to download. And you are kind of just stuck waiting at the very end. There's this guy. Is that everybody? I think everyone maybe. No, I hear someone. Where is he? Oh, here he is. Oh, there's 2 of them. And he has a grenade. I'm afraid of that grenade. I'm going to stand still. I'm not sure where it is. There it is. It went off. Okay, now that should be everyone. Right? Yeah, I think so. Alright, so now we're just kind of chilling for this DSM to finish down, and once it does, we can pick it up and do some movement. So let me practice my movement line, which will be just going through here and doing a strafe jump off there. I'm not sure what I want to do. I like doing a strafe jump here because it looks fancy going through this doorway and then going down here. But there is an alternate line you can do. Strafe jumping over this and doing a bunny hop here. I think that looks cooler. We'll probably do that. But yeah, we just get a little bit of time to practice that. As you can see, like my download speed is slowed down a lot. And it looks like it's actually picking up now, so we should... Oh, okay, it's slow again. Come on, please, just let me pick up the DSM. And go to the end of the level. 20, 30. Okay. Come on, man. Sometimes it goes fast at the end, or sometimes it waits to do the slow portion at the very end of it.
The power of USB 2.0.
Yeah, this is back in 2009. Not the most powerful download speeds. All right, there we go. see if we can do our movement line. Yay! Nice and fast. So there's going to be a lot of enemies down here. So hopefully we don't get shot by an RPG. That is the most dangerous thing about this section, is an RPG hitting the ground below you and putting you down to like 0 health, and then you're dead. So we got lucky there. I'm going to shoot that guy. And we're actually good. Perfect. All right, so that was the entirety of loose ends. Now we just get to hang out. Now you're actually invulnerable in this dragging sequence. So what happens here is random, but we've seen a lot of things occur. We've had grenades land on us. We've been shot hundreds of times by RPGs. I've also seen this helicopter get destroyed, which is not normal. But yeah, this entire sequence is completely scripted. You cannot die here. And luckily, our friend Shepard is coming to extract us after that hardship we just dealt with. So he's going to take us and Ghost, and then we're going to go attack Makarov. And I guess I should have mentioned Makarov, main bad guy of this game we're going after. That's the whole point of the story. Last time I'm pretty sure that's the whole point of the story, is just going after Makarov. Here's Shepard coming to extract us, get the DSM. Betrayed. Unfortunate. I'm sure this hit everybody as a kid back in 2009. The hardest cutscene. Roach and Ghost gone. Unfortunate. So now, I may have mentioned that Makarov was the main bad guy, but that's going to be later on in Modern Warfare 3. We're no longer worried about Makarov. Our whole purpose for the rest of this game is to go after Shepard now, since he betrayed our boys, Roach and Ghost. So the next level, we are going to be taking control of Soap and Enemy My Enemy, where we team up with Makarov. Makarov gives us the location of where Shepard's hideout is. Just about 1 more minute on this cutscene, then we can gain control again. We are going to be in a shipyard, and there is a driving sequence at the end of Enemy of My Enemy, but it is the NPC driving for the most part until the very end of that. So as long as we just get to the end unscathed, we should be fine. It is a movement-heavy level. I think it's about 2 minutes and 1 minute of movement. But it's also really fun for IL grinding because there's a lot of cool bunny hops you can go for, which I will try to attempt to showcase here. All right, that's loose ends done. Now we're on to Enemy of My Enemy. We're going to be trying to go for a very difficult bunny hop at the start. Take control, go across here. Bunny hop on this ledge. We missed it. Again, that is a really weird bunny hop to go for because the position is, you have to kind of curve your straight jump into it. So on this corner, there could be an enemy in this sphere. There is, unfortunate. Now, for the most part, we can just go straight to the end. Let's go for a bunny hop on this. Nice. Go for this bridge. This plane. Now there is one more bunny hop on this blue barrel up ahead. Let's see if we can get it. No, we missed it. We get to try this level again in Spec Ops, so we can go for the movement sequence. We can hit this, go on top of this wheelbarrow, straight into the left. And now before we keep on going, we want to make sure we stop here because this vehicle can hit us and kill us. So as long as we just wait for that, we can get into this vehicle with our teammates, Rook and Price. At this point, Rook is going to go ahead and drive us to the extraction point, which is Nikolai, our inside man on part of the Russians. And he's a pilot. He's going to take us to the hideout where Price or Shepard's currently cowering from us. This section's always scary. You frequently red bar here. I have never seen like anyone die here, but it always scares me. Like here, I don't know if you can die. I don't know if you're invulnerable, but it is something that always kind of worries me at the end of the PB pace run, whether or not this will be the end of it. But we seem to be fine, so that's nice. Okay, so here's our way out. This is Nikolai in this plane, and then he's going to go drop us off at J-Watt, which is the next level. And there's something really interesting I did to showcase at the start of that level, which I don't think anyone is aware of. So yeah, we get the plane control here, move our way into the plane. Perfect. Now, as we go through the loading transition, I'm going to be spamming my flashbang key. Oh, unfortunately, I missed the timing. But if you start this level, you can actually throw a flashbang at the start of it, and it makes Price stand up. It does absolutely nothing, but for some reason, like the first millisecond, you do have control. All right, so we're gonna try and kill these enemies at a very precise timing. We're gonna shoot that one. Now we're gonna leave one guy alive in this wave. Now we wait for that dialogue. Oh, there was a dog there. Unfortunate. So hopefully, if we had the timing right, he does not pause here. Ah, yeah, that dog I did not notice. So he unfortunately is going to take cover twice here and there. Going to be a little bit of time loss. Now, fun fact, this is the only interact in the entire game where you can't hold it. You have to press it as it pops up. For most other interactables, I am holding, except for this one. Also, in Recruit, you don't actually have to slow your descent like you do in other difficulties. You can just go straight down to these enemies. Now, there's a bit I have to pay attention to here, based on dialogue. If you get detected for having an unsilenced weapon, you're going to get some additional dialogue that says, you know, get a suppressed weapon. So hopefully that doesn't happen and delay our later. Let's see. Looks like we're fine. Also, enemies spawn up here. If you look down, it just despawns them all. I don't know why. All right, so this is where the dialogue can get a bit tricky. Let's see if we get someone to blow up. I gotta go slow. We got delayed dialogue. So there's a lot of enemies out here, but if you just look down, they all kind of just disappear. Get to do some fun movement out here. Get a bunny hop on that. Go across this ledge. And then shoot these two guys. Very nice. Now we're going to switch back to our launcher that we picked up earlier. And hopefully we can clear out this entire wave in one shot here. See? Oh, we just have the front enemies. Seems okay. Alright, perfect. That can go really wrong. That's probably the hardest part about the end of the run. Gotta reload, cancel this to skip slow-mo. But that guy just kind of climbed on top of that. Interesting. Alright, we got Shepard's dialogue instantly, which is exactly what we want. Also, this is what my gaming setup at home looks like. Those long nights of just energy drinks and grinding ILs. Alright, we're gonna press this timer. And go out here and chase after Shepard. So Shepard is a bit of a maniac. He knows we're after him, but he is going to call an airstrike on his location just to thwart our plans on catching him. Now there's actually two dissecting paths here, one to the right, one to the left. Normally runners will use the path on the right. I'll be attempting to take kind of a precise line on the left here by going on top of these boxes. Like here. Here, nice. That is the first time that line has ever been showcased. I discovered that like 2 days ago, and that should be a bit faster for IL runs in the future. So shout out to anyone in the COD Discord who are watching and going to steal that. All right, now we're on to the final level. I'm gonna go down here and hop on this boat. Another driving sequence. I love driving sequences in video games. I'm notoriously bad at the boat. I've lost a lot of times. Back in, like, I think it was 2020, we had a Call of Duty speedrun tournament for Modern Warfare 2, and I lost out on advancing in my bracket just because of this boat sequence. I crashed, and it just lost me, I think, about 5 or so seconds that would have advanced me to the bracket. So my love for this level does not exist, unfortunately. And I don't know, it's just a skill issue, really. It's not that difficult, but you can be shot from side to side by RPGs. So like, that was an incredible boost. Oh my goodness. That's exactly what you want to see. The boosts today have been great. As much as I say I dislike driving sequences in this game, the helicopters on Cliffhanger have treated me beautifully. That RPG there just gave me the best boost ever. So I don't know, maybe I should change the way I feel about these types of levels. But yeah, we're just going to be chasing after Shepard, who's in the boat in front of us. The enemy boats here can take you off your line, so that's a little bit scary. Okay. RPG didn't slow us down or speed us up, but I was worried about crashing into the wall there. Up ahead is the rapids, the most notorious part of any percent speedrun. You can just lose a bunch of time going downhill on these rapids up ahead. Hopefully we're fine. I'll try to do a lineup here where I'm mostly going straight. With my FOV, you can't really see where you're going though, so we just have to pray we get lucky at this point. Please, get me through these rapids. This seems pretty good. This seems good. Wow, I wish I could get that on my PB attempts. Nice rapids. Okay. There's a chance we can die from a helicopter here. There's a combination of things that can occur. There are RPGs up on the ledge here that can shoot at us. That guy can move us to where we don't want to be. But RPG to our top right, that shoots us, which it didn't. The helicopter head can also shoot us and insta-kill us, but look how lucky that it didn't occur. There's one more time that can happen, which I think is right here. We got hit. Does the helicopter gonna hit us? We're good. Alright, very lucky. We did not die on that end. Right, so here's Shepard extracting the helicopter. But luckily, our boy Price has some great lob with his grenade launcher. Something we'll need to take note of when we start our Spec Ops run. Actually, he doesn't use a grenade launcher there. I don't know why I thought he did. He has one. What are you doing, Price? Why can't my gun destroy helicopters with 4 bullets? That's actually kind of unfair. So earlier I mentioned a strategy called zigzagging, where we alternate our keys moving left and right while holding forward to move us a little bit faster. And we're going to be doing that in this sequence here because we're unable to sprint or jump. So once we regain control here, we're going to be pressing left and right very quickly. Alright, so yeah, alternating left and right while we go forward. You can also zigzag your mouse by going left and right, which is known as ground strafing. But that technique only works if you have really, really good sync with your mouse movements and your keyboard inputs. So I tend to omit that. There's like only one member of the Call of Duty community who has great sync and can actually achieve lots of time save that way. Shout out to Zeus. Alright, so here's Shepard. We want him to go in front of us a bit, and now we're going to try and melee him. Unfortunately, I missed. But normally at the end there, if you melee him, you actually chase after him with your melee as he tries to be a magnet. I waited a bit too long, so we do have to just walk after him normally. Now we can hit him. And this next sequence coming up is the knife pull. And this knife pull is very, very specific. You have to pull at a rate of 10 clicks a second. I think, yes, what it is, 10 clicks per second on your keyboard while you're doing the knife pull. And that's how you get the fastest animation. And I don't know why, but it is extremely difficult to do just as a person with player input. I don't know why. I've tested this a lot of times, and I can never get perfect knife pulls. Whereas with a script, we have seen that 10 seconds is the fastest, or 10 clicks per second. But for now, we're going to be pressing left and right to go pick up this revolver, as Shepard and Price duke it out. And we got it! Ah, Shepard's too good. I guess that's why he's the general. Alright, so while Shepard and Price duke it out, we'll be ready to spam our knife pull here. Time is going to be coming up as we hit the knife. Alright, the next fade out, I should be able to start pulling it. There we go. Too bad, just a couple hiccups here and there, but generally happy with that run. It was 126 under estimate, very nice. I do believe we did meet that Spec Ops incentive.
We sure did.
All right, so should I just get right into that run, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So that was any percent from Modern Warfare 2. Thanks for sticking around for that. And now that we met that donation incentive, we can actually get started running the Spec Ops. We're going to start another timer for that, yeah? All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so the way Spec Ops works is that it's a bunch of mini missions that take place in certain portions of the campaign. This is the pit from the first level. So we are going to have to destroy all targets here. Go through this window, come up here, melee this. 1, 2, 4, these targets down here. And these two. All right, that's everything. Perfect, that's pit. And these levels are going to go by really quickly. I think the shortest level is 10 seconds. Return to Spec Ops, go to Sniper Fight. So for this level, we're going to be destroying waves of enemies. We're going to pick up this heartbeat sensor and wait for our Predator missile to spawn right here. Okay, there's the Pred. Go down here. Now we're going to destroy one enemy to the right of us. Enemy here. 2, 3, 4. Enemy back here. Over here. We're going to use our Predator missile. Aim it directly right here. I should get rid of most of them. One more. 1, 2. Using our heartbeat sensor. Where? Last guy is back here, unfortunately. Wait, where are you? I can't find him. There he is. He went all the way back around. That kind of sucks. But we're going to switch to our Barrett. Do a strafe jump on top of here. See if we can get it. Didn't get it, but we can switch to our Pred. Shoot this Jeep here. And now most of the enemies are going to spawn over here in the back left. We're going to use our Barrett to clear them out. Back up from that grenade so we don't die to that. And it should be known that there is no checkpoint system in this Spec Ops. Unfortunately, we did die there. I should have taken cover, but I did not expect that guy to instantly shoot us. So we are at the back at the start of the level. It's going to be really tight on estimate this level, I have to admit, because any death is a full level restart. But let's do this a little bit faster. This enemy, these three, this guy, these ones. Predator missile here. One enemy left. He's right here. That was a really fast wave. Very nice. We are redeeming ourselves for that death. Gonna do a strafe jump here. Throw a grenade. Pull our Pred. We're gonna go ahead and shoot this Jeep down here. And then focus on enemies in the back left. Move to our right. One enemy back here. There's a grenade. Gonna try to go prone and hide from that. Okay, I got 3 more enemies. I got 3 over here. 2 more. I do believe he's back here. Okay, nice. Alright, so now I gotta go pick up our next LMG. Reload our Barrett. Another strafe jump on top of here. And we're instantly gonna pull our Pred and go for this transportation Jeep. Get rid of a lot of enemies. There's 3 enemies back here. 1, 2, 3. 3 enemies here. 1. Where are they? Oh, I'm so close to dying. I want to be careful. Where? All right. There we go. Under 130 is generally pretty good. I do take these runs, but again, we did die. This is Crystal Redentor, one of the biggest RNG levels there is. We have to kill 30 enemies here, and their spawn is completely random. But I do have a path that I sort of follow. So, kill these guys, this guy, blow up those barrels. Now, for this level, we want to make sure we're killing enemies and not letting them go into last stand, as enemies in last stand do not count as confirmed kills. Where's that grenade? Oh my goodness, it's following me. Okay, we're good. Okay, make sure we're getting rid of last stand. That guy's in last stand, but hopefully it's not going to be an issue. There are some barrels up here. Make sure we destroy these so they don't come bite us in the butt later. This guy's dead. Getting some weird RNG here. There is a barrel right around this corner that can kill us. I'm a bit worried, so I'm going to sprint and jump away from that. Where are these last enemies? It's a sort of abysmal RNG for this level. Ideally, you could beat this in under a minute, but I'm getting pretty unlucky. Okay, minute 4 is actually not too bad. Alright, so next is evasion. You remember this from contingency. This is the force section. This is actually just a movement level, so there is no taking care of enemies. We don't have to worry about breaking stealth here like we did back in contingency. We can go straight to the end. There is a bit of a large bunny hop we can go for to gain a little bit more speed, just to finish it a little bit faster. So we're gonna go on top here, jump, perform our bunny hop here. Nice. And now we're just gonna go to the top of this hill. I guess one big thing I forgot to mention is that our any percent run was done on recruit, which is the easiest difficulty. Spec Ops does not have recruit. It only has regular difficulty. So bullets deal a lot more damage than what they did in the campaign. Like when I say expect deaths, like expect deaths. We are going to die quite a few times doing this speed run here. So I no longer have access to sprinting. So I gotta sprint for as long as I can. Now I'm just gonna bunny hop until I get my sprint back, which is around this jump right here. Sprint again, go up here, up here. We're just going straight to the end of this level. This is suspension. I actually have no idea where suspension is from. I don't remember it ever being in the multiplayer, and I don't remember any campaign mission with this bridge in it. Yeah, we're just going straight to the end of this level. And that's all. 38. It's a good time. Very nice. Also, this Spec Ops game mode has built-in PB systems, so you can know when you get a gold or not. This is body count. One of the most interesting levels. We're going to be abusing the point system by using a Semtex and sticking it on this transportation vehicle. And now we're going to wait to shoot this BTR. If we shoot it just at the right time, it actually stacks the multiplier from the multiple enemies in here, and it finishes the level instantly at only 14 seconds. Very nice. This is Bomb Squad. This is back in Hornet's Nest, the market section, and it's very, very dangerous as you're kind of stuck defusing bombs while being shot at. There's actually tech to defuse bombs faster in Call of Duty, and it's by switching your weapons before you start the defuse animation. You actually bring up the defuse timer slightly earlier, which you may not have known of. So yeah, every single time I'm about to start a defuse, I will be switching to my secondary to defuse just a little bit quicker. So we're gonna go through here. This is a lot of movement in Spec Ops. It's actually really fun to play Spec Ops because you're just doing a bunch of movement levels back to back to back. So sometimes a flashbang is here. I gotta stay crouched so that flashbang doesn't hit me. I'm gonna try to do a bunny hop. Very nice. I'm gonna go down here. Now we can enter a boxing arena here where enemies try to melee us. Hopefully they don't. Let's see. Anyone coming to box us? So we have to crouch right as this melee hits us to try and parry it. We got lucky there and we defused it fast enough. It's very dangerous. So earlier I mentioned cliffhangers, Snowmobile was really slow. You're going to see that these ones are significantly faster. And it's going to make certain things a lot harder. For some fun, let's go for that line that we did in the campaign. Oh, we hit that rock. Again, yes, it's so much faster. But yeah, in the campaign we took a line out of bounds here while we were really slow. So let's see if we can do it while we're a little bit faster. Just for some fun on this one. No way. I can't believe we hit that. Nice. You should never do that. Any percent speedruns for this category, no one does that. It's only a 2-second time save with this speed, and if you miss it, you just kill the run. So that is only done in ILs. That was just some fun I wanted to have. I will not be doing it for the next snowmobile mission on this same level, as it is extremely dangerous, but you know, just fun to show it off. Now we're on the downhill section. I forgot to check what the max speed on this snowmobile actually was, but I do know the campaign one was only an 1140, which is incredibly slow. And unlike the campaign where we extract in a helicopter at the end of the level, all we have to do is just make it to this green flare, and that's the end of that. So now we finished the Bravo missions, and we're on to Charlie now. Yes, here we go. This is hidden. You actually might remember this level from COD 4. This is AGU. We're going to be picking up this striker here with a silencer on it. Shoot these two enemies. And this is going to be a fun movement level. There is a bunny hop we can do around this corner here. Let's see if we can get it. Beautiful. That was so clean. Alright, so these snipers can just kill you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Let's see if we die. Wow. All right. Fun fact, the any percent record for this actually dies on this level due to sniper RNG just destroying us. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can do while going for record attempts to make this level a guaranteed clear. And that's just Spec Ops in its entirely. Spec Ops is incredibly random. If you like RNG in your speedruns, you would have loved this. But yeah, this is nothing like any of the Call of Duty campaigns. And again, we're just running to the start of AGU from COD 4. A couple more snipers here at the end. Gonna shoot this guy here so he doesn't shoot us. There's two more to my right, but I'm just hoping to get to the end faster than their bullets can hit me. All right, 103 is not bad. I usually go for a 102 and any percent, so that was very nice. This is the shortest level in the entire run. Don't blink. Breach and clear. I'm going to go into the Gulag Showers again, if you remember, back from the campaign. Switch to my grenade launcher. Shoot right here. And just go to the end. Nice breach and clear. That level can go wrong, but that was really nice. 10 seconds is actually really, really good. I usually get 11 seconds in my runs. So we're on the cliffhanger once again. Instead of enemies chasing after us during the snowmobile section, it is going to be a time trial event where we have to... I guess I forgot to mention some tech. At the start of these snowmobile levels, if you press acceleration at like the correct timing, which is after the level lets you gain control, you can actually start at a higher top speed, like, you know, most racing games do. But I did mess it up there, unfortunately. And with this high speed, it actually makes it kind of difficult to navigate through the forest. But we're pretty much home free at this point. Every time we cross one of these flags here, we gain an extra 4 seconds on our timer. So I can skip a few if I just want to try to take a straighter line here at the end. I'm just going to hit this flag, go right. And there is a chance that you can be completely stopped on like a pixel back there, which I didn't, which is really nice. I don't know why there's like some kind of magic pixel that just halts all your movement speed, but it is. But thankfully we didn't have to deal with that. And we are officially outside of all of the vehicle levels, which I'm happy. No more driving in Modern Warfare 2. But next up is one of the most difficult levels of the entire run. If you die on this level, you are sent back quite a ways. So this is Homeland Security. This is Wolverines back from the campaign, but it's a lot more complicated this time around. So there are waves of enemies we have to destroy, and we're going to be putting sentry guns up in very precise spots to take care of enemies for us. As fast as we can get rid of enemies, the sentries do it more efficiently for us compared to just shooting them ourselves. So here's a second sentry. I'm looking at the minimap. I think enemies are back here, so I'm going to do a grenade. I did miss that grenade lineup, unfortunately, as it just hit the tree. Yeah, we just have waves to go through here. 8 enemies left, 6. Most of them are over here. See it? Okay, well, it looks like I'm just going to blow that up. Did he really not perish? Oh my goodness. Wow. 4. I'm not sure where the other enemies are, but we're gonna just go to the rooftop now. Oh, he's behind me. Please just run into that Semtex for me. There we go. Here's our third sentry we're gonna place. Gonna pick up some ammo. Now those claymores that I planted earlier should be going off now, and we're making our way to our fourth sentry. Okay, so after I destroy this vehicle, we're going to hear the claymores go off. Oh, that's weird. I'm not sure what's going on. We should be fine, but this has never happened before in my IL attempts. I'm not sure why that claymore did not go off, but it's okay. We have 10 enemies left. I think I got Burger Town spawns. That may have been what happened. But that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Let's see if we can just find the rest of these enemies. They're all here. I now have a Predator missile targeting me, which can kill me. Unfortunately, thankfully, I finished the level before the Predator missile shot at me. So now we're going to be going and playing Line Up Larry and getting in our grenade launcher spot. I just The vehicle exploded and blocked my lineup. Okay, that's not very nice. You shoot 2 grenade launchers over there. Line up Larry, this guy over here. Bank spawns. Switch to my thermal EBR and just do some things here. And now comes the hardest skill check of Spec Ops on this level specifically. It is grenade launchering helicopters. Now, these helicopter hitboxes are completely off. So you kind of got to get really lucky. Nice, that's a really good shot that I got the heli. Now we have to go back over here, and the hardest part of this level is coming up. So, should be one more enemy somewhere. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, there he is, inside nades like usual. Okay, so this is going to be some very tight timing at the end of this wave. So what we're going to do is line up a shot here. At the start of wave 5, there's going to be a convoy truck that spawns outside the map that has 10 enemies inside of it. Now what I'm going to try and do at the end of this level is line it up so where I'm throwing a grenade launcher that goes across the map and destroys that convoy truck at the start of wave 5. And my lineup is quite precise, and it requires me to shoot at exactly 3.6 seconds. There's one more enemy alive. Where is he? There he is. So I'm going to just line up here in this corner. Put my crosshair here, wait for 3.6 seconds, and go. Now, I should spawn with 30 enemies alive, not 40. Perfect. That's beautiful. That's exactly what you want to happen on that wave. Alright, so that makes this wave a lot easier. Fun fact, if we die on this, we're going overestimate. This is the longest level in the run, and dying at the end here is an instant one killer. You cannot sacrifice a death, so watch out for melees. Make sure you destroy this BTR, the Semtex, and these helicopters are the biggest pain. Please. Yes! Got it! There's one more. Alright, it's just the last helicopter, that's all it is. So as long as I don't do like 30 grenade launcher shots, we should be good. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, that level can go really wrong, but that was decent. And now we're on to Snatch and Grab, which is at the enemy of my enemy, the movement level back from the campaign. And essentially all we're doing here is collecting some data on a laptop and then going straight to the end. And you've never seen it before in the campaign, but there's actually juggernauts in Spec Ops, and these jugs hurt. Not only do they carry LMGs that deal massive damage, and they just hold down mouse 1, attack you forever. It's kind of hard to kill them. But there are a couple secrets to destroying jugs that we'll discuss later on. Hopefully this guy stops bullying us. Uh-oh, this is kind of scary. Please, just let me live. Okay, let's go for this bunny hop one more time. Ah, we missed it. Unfortunate. But again, we're just going straight to the end of the level. Bunny hop here. Go on this wheelbarrow. Straight jump over that. And just continue our straight line. This time around, we don't have to wait for that vehicle that could potentially hit us to come around the corner. And now we are on to Delta. War driving is the second hardest level in the entire run. Very easy to die here, very easy to lose time as well. So let's see how this goes. We have to start collecting data from 3 separate laptops in these buildings. We got to collect the stumper, start the data transfer. I got melee there. I might be dead, unfortunately, and there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, you get melee on this level, you're essentially dead. So let's try that again. This level's only about 1 minute and 30 seconds long, so dying isn't too bad. So flashbang, start the data transfer here. Now the way the data transfer works is that if there's enemies in the area, once the download begins, the download will cancel until the enemies either leave the area or die. But we have to initialize the downloads to begin with in the first place, so that's why we're turning them on, even though I know that the downloads are going to be canceled. Just so we don't have to initialize again later on. These enemies are really, really annoying. Oh my goodness. He is usually not there. Okay, so now we want to make sure this download does not get canceled, as it is a lot of time lost if it does. So I'm just going to try to kill every enemy in this house. There's a lot of enemies coming. I also have a friendly APC. I can choose to go attack certain buildings. So I'm targeting him with my laser to go attack our first building we entered while I go try to clear out these 2 buildings manually by myself. So I'm going to start the second data transfer, and once no enemies are around, the data transfer insta-clears. So after I shot that last thumper shot over there and killed the last enemy, that second area cleared instantly. And now you may notice that the third data transfer is not insta-clearing. And that's because enemies are still in that house over there, and there's really nothing I can do about it. I just have, oh, perfect. That, wow. I wish. Okay, that's the end of the level. Those two data transfers actually just finished instantly, which was really, really nice. Now we're on the wreckage. We have to destroy, I think it's 36 vehicles. So we're going to be doing that by planting a C4 here, 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 here. And after we detonate these C4s, it's actually going to start spawning enemies that we have to be careful of. We're going to detonate them now, switch to our thumper, throw a Semtex, and we actually get bonuses on this level for destroying vehicles. Like, I have infinite ammo right now. So we're going to be using that. We're going to throw a Semtex here. And now we're just going to sprint. Throw some Semtexes on these vehicles. 1, 2, 3. And every vehicle needs to be destroyed. If you miss any, you have to come back. I'll know I'm on good pace if I have 11 vehicles left, which I do. That means every vehicle in that area behind me has been successfully destroyed. So now I just have to worry about the ones in front of me here. So those 3, did I destroy that one? I did. Okay, throw a Semtex here. Throw a Semtex here. Semtex here. Semtex here. Semtex here. Destroy that. Where is this last vehicle? Okay, it's just that. Beautiful. All right, 50 seconds. Very nice. That is a wreckage. No, we're done with that level. This is acceptable losses. This is from the Cliffhanger, this 3rd level in the campaign. This is just a level where we're going around and planting C4s on destructible vehicles. So here's the helicopter. Plant a C4 there. There is some fun movement to do. It might be hard to see, but hopefully we can do it. There's a bunny hop coming up ahead. That's kind of fun. On this right here. So we're going to go up this hill, do a bunny hop on that. Beautiful. That was very fast. Got some more movement up ahead as well. There's a chance we could die here to fall damage by attempting this, but in the sake of speed, we'll go for it. Missed it. That sucks. But end of the level, right here. As long as we get here. There we go. That's the mission end. Very nice. I'm happy we got the 1 bunny hop there. Now we're on to Terminal. Terminal, super fun level. You may remember this from your multiplayer hours. I'm sure everyone here loves Terminal. I'm gonna go on top of this escalator. This is another short movement level that would just show us jump straight to the end. It may look like we're going to die, but if we just pass these riot shielders, we should be in the clear now. There are some more fun bunny hops we can do right here. Let's see if we can get it. We missed it, unfortunate. Now let's go to the security clearance, and that is in that level. All right, so I believe next up is State Takedown. This level is the bane of my existence. Enemies here are extremely difficult to see, as it's like green on green on green. So I'm going to be trying to find a thermal weapon as fast as possible. We're going to be shooting these enemies. There are 40 enemies in total, and among those 4 enemies, there are quite a few juggernauts we also have to take care of. So I'm going to go head switch to the WA2K, which is another thermal sniper. There might be a jug right on top here who I have to be careful of. Actually, where is he? I'm concerned that the jug has not spawned yet, but I'm also not upset. All right, those enemies are dead. I'm going to take my thermal and get all these back spawns. One there. One there. Should be 2 here. One there. One there. Trust me, there was one there. Another shot here. Any more? 1, 2. Can't see that guy, so I'm just going to switch. Where are these jugs? I've never seen the jug not attack me for this long. This is actually like super nice and convenient, as the jugs are quite difficult to kill. I'm kind of at a loss. Oh, there he is. What are you doing over there, bro? So yeah, we're just going to shoot this guy. 2, 3, 4, 5. Jugs take 5 shots to kill, or 3 headshots and 1 damage from any source. Gonna clear out all these enemies back here. I hear another jug. There's usually music when jugs spawn, so you can tell where they are. Should be to my right. I'm not sure where, but he is. Any more spawns back here? I'm just abusing thermal here to try and see anyone who I can. That's a grenade! Stand back from that. 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy here. 7 enemies left. Taking a look all around me. Don't see anyone. Minimap said there's a guy back here. So after I get the 5 enemies left alive, they're going to start pathing towards me. So I had to go seek out enemies until now. Now they should all come after me. 1, 2, 3. Where is he? Unfortunately, there was one guy up here. But the way it works is that once that one guy like goes out of line of sight, it's going to despawn him and turn him into a jug. So I have to take care of that guy. 212, that's okay. We'll take that. That is one of the most painful levels, as it can go really wrong. Now we're on to the final 3 levels of the entire Spec Ops campaign. This is Wet Work. This is Easy Day from the campaign. This is just a movement level. It's a nice little break from everything else that was going on earlier. But yeah, we're just going to be throwing a flashbang at these guys over here, running past them, and then using our grenade launcher to take care of some enemies up top. Flashbang here. I'll go straight from across these guys. Don't worry us. Grenade launcher there. That should kill everybody up here. Right, there's going to be a lot of enemies around this corner, but another flashbang should take care of that. Turn around so we can get past them while they're still flashed. Very nice. So we can go for a bunny hop here for some fun. Oh, we missed it. I am one shot. I am going to hide behind this pillar. I am a bit scared. Should be fine. I got to go back up here. And just go straight to the end. Because I didn't really kill anyone, again, just like Easy Day from the campaign, we should be able to breach this, and there's going to be no enemies in this breach section. Yeah, looks like we're good, and now the level will just end automatically. And now we're on to my least favorite level in the entire Modern Warfare 2, just Spec Ops or campaign, is High Explosive. We're dealing with 10 Juggernauts here, and in order to kill Juggernauts, you have to headshot them with this explosive weapon, and I am horrible at lobbing grenades. Horrible. We got that one. And we're going to try to manipulate one back here. Didn't get it, so we have to go to the middle. I'm going to be destroying these explosive barrels. And since I can't lob a weapon, I'm just going to go headshot that guy with an RPG point blank, since I know I'm going to struggle killing him with the thumper here. Wow. Okay, nice. Okay, I'm afraid of that guy. Ooh, that's a super rare death. What happened there is that my grenade was bouncing between him and the wall with a direct impact, and it just did like infinite damage basically. Super rare, but we got really lucky there. We're just gonna hide in our safe space and try to take care of these guys like this. Oh god. Oh god. I hate this level. Oh god. I do not want to die. I'm going to play like a coward over here in the corner. Explosive barrels are scary. Oh, this is not good. You're cornering me. Oh, this level is such a pain. Okay, we're gonna run back over here to our safety car. 4. Okay, go back here. As long as we don't die, that's okay. 3, 2. Okay, this last guy, that's all we have to take care of. Luckily, you can just headshot him with the RPG. I threw. I'm going to hide. One shot. The RPG does have a random flight path. Okay. Oh my goodness, that level is so scary. It's so scary. Oh my goodness. Armor piercing, the most random level in the entire game. We're going to be picking up this Barrett, shooting. And by shooting that, we're going to start luring a Juggernaut towards us. Now, this Juggernaut can randomly spawn anywhere on the map, but the spawns are set, but which one he chooses is random. If we get lucky, he'll be right around this corner. Wow. Okay, I'm going to try to manipulate the next couple spawns. Please tell me I got it. Wow. This is a great armor piercing. Okay, let's try to manipulate this spawn. So if he's on top of these stairs, we've successfully manipulated the first 3 spawns, and this is essentially a perfect armor piercing. This is incredible. If I could only get this in my any % attempts. Wow. It was just beautiful manipulation. Also, again, I am shooting my Barrett on the ground to make some other jugs come towards me. 2, 3, 4. I couldn't get him fast enough. That's unfortunate. All right. Just gonna sit here and shoot to lure the next jug. And I gotta pick up this ammo so I don't have to reload both my weapons. And now this is where the fun begins. This is an incredibly random ending. They can spawn wherever they want, but hopefully they all spawn up here. I think I was shooting through his legs the entire time. That's why I didn't die. All right. Hopefully they keep spawning up here and don't spawn behind us. Yep. More. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 more. Are they up here? Doesn't look like it. I'm gonna go back down. This is probably where they are. It's back over here. Again, this level is very infuriating. There we go. I got lucky. Any more? I'm playing my cards right on this level, I do have to say. I'm getting pretty good spawns. I saw that guy going towards the stairs. 4, 5. Okay, time is coming up. As soon as I kill the last jug, there are 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where? 4, 5. Oh. Okay, last one's to my right. And oh, and time. There we go. That was Spec Ops. How was that run? Wow, underestimate. That's great. That level can very easily go over estimate. Thank you all for sticking around for such a late time. I'm happy we met that Spec Ops incentive. If you guys are interested in Call of Duty speedrunning, make sure you hit up the Call of Duty Speedrun Discord. And I myself stream on Twitch at Eric G08, that O being a 0. Again, thank you very much for sticking around for Any Percent and Spec Ops. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you so much, Eric, for your run of Modern Warfare 2 there to close out the night here for Day 2 at Midwest Speedfest 2026. And yeah, that will be about it for tonight, folks. It's tomorrow at 9:30. We do have Saturn Bomberman. Looks like the Japanese version is going to be winning that bid war there. So we have that to look forward to first thing in the morning. And yeah, thank you all so much for coming out tonight, for hanging out in chat, and for donating to P-Fund. Surely it is a wonderful organization that is doing such critical work in this time. In fact, if I may close off on something a bit more serious, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news lately, and quite frankly, I don't blame you if you haven't, but for 10 weeks, the federal government kept the state of Minnesota, and most acutely, the Twin Cities, under constant attack. It was designed to harass, terrorize, punish, and provoke the populations of this state. It cost our communities hundreds of millions of dollars, and it shattered away any illusions of safety and a fair and accountable government. This same government, and the right-wing ideology fueling it, has called for further attacks on our community to erase us from public life, strip fundamental freedoms, dehumanize our trans community, and give implicit blessing to physical violence against us. This is not just rhetorical. After the last 10 weeks, we know it's gravely serious, and we must be prepared to defend ourselves and fund the fight ahead. So please keep on donating to P-Fund. We have raised over $3,000, $3,143 to be exact, and we are looking to keep that number going up throughout this weekend here. Thank you all once again so much. I have been your host, Bonnie Dimples. Have a good night. Stay safe. Take care. Vaya con Dios. Take care.